Welcome to Do It Again But Better, the show that is exactly what it sounds like. I take an old drawing and I make a new drawing. This is an official first episode of sorts. So hello, I am Deve Toons. I'm a digital artist and an animator and a caricature artist who's just trying to make a nifty space to share my work and some art knowledge that I've gathered over the years with whoever wants it. So if that's you, stick around. The summer of 2022 has granted me a huge art block, but I figured it was a good talking point for this first episode to share my types of artistic burnout that I've experienced and how I handle them. The first level is just general art block. Usually for me, it means I'm lacking a skill to execute an idea or I just can't wrap my head around it. So normally when I'm art blocked, I go back to my fundamentals. I do studies, draw a bowl of fruit every now and then. It's pretty nice. And out of those studies will come the idea that I need to kind of solve my blockage with whatever I'm stuck on. The step up from that is straight up creative burnout. This is like art block times 1,000. Not only do I stop getting ideas overall, but even if I have an idea, I have no motivation to sit down and work through them, or when I have the motivation to sit down, all I'm doing is sitting down in front of an empty sketchbook and nothing's actually happening. Or I'm unsatisfied with whatever is happening and then I toss it aside and do something else and forget about it. My headspace during this time is I don't want the process, I want the results. And that's something that has kept me burnt out all summer, pretty much this year. I even saw this in my art at work, where I do caricatures. My style just regressed to its earlier months compared to like the leaps that I was making right before I got burnt out. And it basically went back to the style that was good enough to give me quick results and get through the day. So the recovery, you're probably wondering, Deve, how do I fix my burnout? How do I get past the art block? Well, everybody's recoveries are going to be a little bit different. Everybody's going to have their own personal go-tos. These are mine. The first step that I recommend could be a universal step for everybody. Take a step back and take a break. If you just don't draw for a little bit, just stop. Put the sketchbook away, put the markers away, put the tablet away, and go touch grass. 100%. And it's very hard for me to do this at home, so what I have to do is I have to go out. I have to go on like a tiny little vacation, whether that means I'm going to the coffee shop or I'm going to my parents' house without my sketchbook, leaving that at home. The point is to reground yourself in life. Because, especially for me, as an animation major, or an animator of sorts, life is where 99% of the ideas come from, and the time spent doing this can vary depending on the intensity of your art block or burnout. You might have to take a longer break. You might have to, social media detox, turn it off, read a book, touch grass, like I said. So when you're ready to try and bounce back and find inspiration, you can look at portfolios. You can look at art books. You can go on Pinterest. Literally, Pinterest will do so much for me. I could look at pretty dresses on Pinterest and right away be like, I'm gonna put my OC in that dress, and then wow, all of a sudden the art block is gone because we're having fun again. Just silly little things like that could make a difference. But I would save this strategy for when I'm gonna be inspired, not when I'm gonna be intimidated. The last strategy that I have is entirely personal to myself, but it can be relatable for any other viewers that share the same faith as me. I am a Christian, and I can say with full confidence that venting my frustration over my art block to Christ was the biggest help that I could have done at all this summer. I literally just ranted. I was like, I'm frustrated that I don't have the style that I want, even though I have the skills to execute it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's blocking me, but Lord Jesus, we giving it up to you, just something as simple as that. And this speed paint in particular is some of the artwork that I did right after I had that really good vent prayer. I took a really good nap. I woke back up, got dressed, put on some music, and just started drawing again. And pick something that's easy to bounce back with. These redraws, the idea is already there for me. in some ways the colors and the poses are already there for me. So a lot of the hard thinking is already taken care of. At that point, it's just progress. And it was definitely progress that I needed to see, especially coming off of the first redraw. So the first redraw is all fine and good, right? But the second redraw though, this is post art block. We have overcome the wall. It's insanely different. But it's everything that I wanted out of the first one, and you can probably tell why I was not satisfied with the first one. But compared to the first redraw that I did, which isn't bad, but it was not anything like what I wanted out of this redraw project, it's leaps and bounds between the two. And I think these two drawings are maybe 2 weeks apart. They are completely different. It's insane to me how much of a difference an art block can make. But it's definitely worth it to figure out your strategies and find how you can overcome the art block. Like, go back to the roots, go back to what you enjoy the most in your art and focus on that. Because look at this bounce back was so worth it. Like, it is insane. I can't get over it. But anyway, I hope whatever I just rambled about will help somebody. If it did, let me know. Leave a comment, you know? I would love to hear your hot takes. It gives me validation to ramble more in the next video. And because there's gonna be a next video, you could, like, subscribe. It would be really great. It's free. It's no hassle to anybody at all. And it supports the channel. And you'll know when the next one comes out. And it'll be fun. Thank you for watching. And I'll be redrawing something else again later. I don't know when. We'll find out. Bye!